The holy martyr Hermione was the daughter of St. Philip, one of the 70 apostles and known as Philip the Deacon. Wishing to see the holy apostle John the theologian, Hermione, with her sister Eutychia, went to Asia Minor in search of the saint. During their journey, they learned that John had died. Continuing on, the sisters met a disciple of St. Paul named Petronius, and imitating him in everything, they became his disciples. St. Hermione, having mastered the healing arts, rendered help to many Christians and healed the sick by the power of Christ. During this period, the Emperor Trajan waged war against the Persians, and he came with his army through the village where Hermione lived. When they accused her of being a Christian, he gave orders to bring her to him. At first the emperor, with casual admonition, sought to persuade the saint to renounce Christ. When this did not succeed, he commanded that she should be struck on the face for several hours, but she joyfully endured this suffering. Moreover, she was comforted by a vision of the Lord in the form of Petronius, sitting upon the throne of judgment. Convincing himself that she was steadfast in her faith, Trajan sent her away. Hermione later built a hospice in which she took in the sick, treating their infirmities, both body and soul. Trajan's successor Hadrian again commanded that the saint be brought to trial for confessing the Christian faith. At first the emperor commanded that she be beaten mercilessly. Then they pierced the soles of her feet with nails, and finally they threw her into a cauldron with boiling tar, lead, and sulphurous brimstone. The saint bore everything, giving thanks to God. And the Lord granted his mercy. The fire went out, the lead spilled out, and the saint remained unharmed. Hadrian, in surprise, went up to the place of torture and touched the cauldron to ascertain whether it had cooled. When he touched the cauldron, he burned the skin on his hand. But even this did not dissuade the torturer. He gave orders to heat a sort of skillet and put the holy martyr in it naked. Here again another miracle took place. An angel of the Lord scattered the hot coals and burned many who stood by the fire. The saint stood in the skillet, as though on green grass, singing hymns of praise to the Lord. When she was removed from the skillet, the holy martyr seemed to be willing to offer sacrifice to the pagan god Hercules. The delighted emperor gave orders to take her off to the temple. When the saint prayed to God, a loud thunderclap was heard, and all the idols in the pagan temple fell and shattered. In a rage the emperor ordered that Hermione be led out to the city and beheaded. 2 servants, Theodulus and Theotimus, were entrusted to carry out the execution. At this point there are at least 2 versions of what happened to her. One is that she was beheaded and suffered a martyr's death on September 4th in the year 117. Another narrative says that the 2 executioners, Theodulus and Theotimus, were rushing the execution and not allowing her time to say her final prayers. Because of this, their hands withered, and they repented and converted. They took the captive Hermione to the surrounding hills, and she was kept hidden where she eventually died, surrounded by those whom she had converted. The difference in these 2 versions are seen in the icons of her. In one, she holds a spoon and a medicinal box similar to the icon of St. Panteleimon. In other icons, she holds a cross, signifying that she died a martyr.